Hi and welcome back to Sense and Sensitivity. Today I'm going to talk about moisturizers that I've been testing out lately, ones that are working and ones that aren't. So it's a updated moisturizing video, just like I recently did my updated cleansing video. So if you've seen my videos in the past, you know that I love moisturizers. The past decade or so, we've all seen like this really big transition to people using oils, using lots of serums, especially hyaluronic acid serums and things like that, and kind of blending serums with oil. However, I haven't found any suitable substitute for my skin, anything that substitutes using a lotion or a cream. So while I will sometimes use a serum or an oil in addition, I never skip a cream or a lotion. It's just what works best for my skin, and it's also really good to have around because I feel like when my skin is really reactive, gently cleansing and then using a very bland moisturizer and that's it, is the way to go for me and is the best thing to help set my skin back on track. And adding in any of those additional products, or especially a serum that's active, is not what I'm going to do at that point if I'm having a reaction. So I love creams. I think they're kind of getting a bad rap some places, but I love them. So I've talked to you guys about this in the past. It's the SVR Sensifine AR Creme. And I'm not using this one so much anymore, but I do think this is a fantastic product. This is one of the first products I used that actually really helped reduce the heat and burning sensation in my skin, and I think it does help with a reduction in redness a little bit. It's a light formula, even though this is the heavier one, and it's light green in color. You'll see, I'll rub it in. It's very thin. No scent. The green disappears immediately. I don't find that that has any redness neutralizing effect, but I do think it does a really good job with that heat sensation, which is what its claim is. What else is good about this is it's silicone free. So if you're somebody who avoids silicones, this would be a great one to try. You can get it. I think Amazon is selling it now, but they don't sell it in stores in the States, so you do have to search it online. But I love this product. I haven't been using it as much because I've been needing heavier products, more rich and moisturizing products, and I find this to be rather light. So it's not enough for me on my own, but I think if you have skin that tends towards the normal to oily side, or you live in a more humid climate, this might suit you nicely. The next cream I've been using for several months now is the Roche Posay Cicaplast Ultra Soothing Repair Moisturizer, and you can see I'm almost done with it. And I really, really like this. I love the packaging. It's airless, which means they don't have to put as many preservatives in it because no air gets into the product, which is what oxidizes and turns products bad, which is why we need preservatives. So I think that's really cool. I like that the pump locks. It's nice for travel. And I think this is a great, simple product. I switched to this because my skin was feeling very dry. We've been having extremely dry weather in Southern California, and I've also been having more sensitivity and reactivity in my skin, so I wanted to strip things back and go really basic. So actually what I did for a while was layer these two. So I'd put this on after cleansing, especially focusing in my cheek area, which get the reddest and the most heat sensations, and then I would top it off with about 2 pumps of this. Because I'm so careful in my cleansing process, I don't need to use as much moisturizer as I see like some YouTubers use. So when I see people doing 7-8 pumps of this, maybe for some people that's necessary. Also the size of your face, you know, the amount of skin you need to cover, of course that plays into it too. But I do question what those people are just like, what is their cleansing routine like, and is it drying their skin to the point that they're needing this excessive amount of moisturizer to rebalance the skin? One of the best cleansing videos I've ever watched was posted on Into the Gloss. I'll link it below. It's on their YouTube channel, and it's of a French esthetician. Isabelle Bellis is her name, and she works for the skincare brand slash esthetician named Joël Siocco, and they are very famous. A lot of famous people go to them, things like that. But her cleansing video is really, really helpful to understand how to cleanse the skin properly, as well as what your skin should feel like at the end. And then they did a moisturizing video as a secondary to that one, and you'll see she uses very little moisturizer. And she talks about how with your cleansing process, if you find the right process that balances out your skin, you won't need that much moisturizing, and you don't want to overload your skin. You put just enough. So I know that was a tangent, but I can't really talk about skincare, moisturizing, or anything else without talking about cleansing, because it is the foundation, in my opinion. It is the thing that makes the biggest difference, besides eliminating ingredients that are irritating from your products, in my opinion. So what can I say about this? It's soothing, it's hydrating, it's creamy, it's, I would say, medium to rich. It's not super rich, it doesn't feel super occlusive. You're not going to put this on and start sweating. Like it feels like a glove or a mask on your skin. It absorbs well. It does have silicones in it, so I will say that if you're avoiding silicones for whatever reason, you know, this won't be a good choice for you. But my skin doesn't seem to be negatively affected by silicones, so I wanted to try this out, and I think it's very good. I will repurchase this. So, highly recommend that. As the weather kept getting drier and drier, I actually needed even more moisturization than that. And part of the issue is, and I talked about this in my recent cleansing video, I tried a foaming cleanser for about a week and a half, and that actually really dried out and irritated my skin. So to repair it, I switched from this combo to this plus this. And this was another new find. This is also La Roche Posay. This is also a very popular product that's talked about a lot in blogs and forums and Reddit in the rosacea community. And it is the La Roche Posay Cicaplast Baume B5. And I had not tried this in the past. I think because I was just, interested in other things, and I didn't have dry, flaky skin. But after using this foaming cleanser, I was starting to get these flaky patches, and with the dry weather, I needed something more protective. And I had researched and read that this was really good to protect against wind burn and things like that, which, I was basically feeling that was the equivalent to what was going on, because it's like that idea of trans-epidermal water loss, where the water is getting sucked out of the skin and flaking the top layers of the epidermis. So I needed something more occlusive and more protective. So I went ahead and purchased this and tried it, and I think it's fantastic. It's actually been doing a really good job at not only healing the dry skin I had and keeping me much more moist and supple, but also reducing redness, which I, didn't anticipate as a side effect. So it has panthenol and it has madecassoside, which is the other name for Centella asiatica, which has been a very popular ingredient now for several years. It kind of became a hit from the Asian beauty world, and a lot of people have been saying how great it is for inflammation, anti-irritation, calming and soothing the skin. And I had never tried a product with that ingredient before. And to be honest, if I had known it was in this, I probably would have tried this sooner, but I didn't know that. So once I purchased it and I read over the ingredients again, I noticed it had that, so I was very curious. So this product comes out very thick. It's like a paste. No scent, no fragrance. It's almost like a diaper cream. You see how it doesn't rub in quickly like the other one? Like for example, if I put the La Roche Toleriane here, you'll see that this is gonna disappear. Look, no white residue. Whereas this is like, feels more oily and thick. But very nice if you like that feeling of a balm or a rich cream, almost like kind of like that La Mer texture. It does absorb well after a while. So what I do is I use this as my all over moisturizer, and then I'll put a little dollop of this on my finger pads, and I'll spread it out to kind of shear it out, and then I'll just gently pat it over the really dry area. So this is more like a spot healing moisturizer for me. So I've really been focusing it in this area and like the sides of my nose from blowing my nose, allergies, things like that. That way I'm not rubbing, because it's such a thick product. If you put a lot of it on, you might have to massage quite a bit, which can be too stimulating for your skin. So by pressing it on top, it sort of seals everything in, creates a barrier, and the product slowly seeps in. When I wake up in the morning, there's no residue, and no residue on my pillow or anything like that. But my skin has been getting healthier and healthier and stronger and calmer, and it took about a week and a half to do the damage of the dry flaky patches on my skin with that cleanser, and it took about a week using this on top of this after double cleansing to heal that and get rid of all that flaky skin and have my skin back to normal. So this is what I'm using at night, this followed by this, and then in the morning I'm doing this, followed by a little bit of this again in that cheek area just because it's been so dry, and then my sunblock. And I've been loving this. So it does have silicones in it again, so if that's something you're avoiding, I'm sorry, I wish I had better news for you, but if you aren't avoiding silicones for any specific reason and you are struggling with really dry skin or patches of dry irritated skin, I would definitely recommend this. And then if you don't like it, it's safe enough for babies and children, or you could use it on hands, knees, elbows, things like that. So I'm really liking the Cicaplast Baume. Okay, so this is a couple weeks later since filming that, and I've been testing out a new moisturizer. So I wanted to add this one to the list before the video goes out because I'm really liking it. And it's one a lot of you have probably come across in your research. It's the Bioderma Sensibio AR Sensitive Skin Prone to Rosacea Anti-Redness Care. So I got this, it was buy one get one 50% off at Walgreens. And I was almost out of the La Roche Posay Toleriane, so I wanted to try this. I patch tested it for a couple of weeks with no issues, and then I started using it, and I really like it. It's silicone free, but it does have mineral oil, so you know, it really depends on if you're trying to avoid certain ingredients or not. It also has ingredients that are supposedly calming for the skin, like seaweed extracts, and some other things. It's not oil-free either, but I find it to be actually more hydrating and moisturizing than the Toleriane Ultra by La Roche Posay. So, and I wanted to try something that had a little bit more ingredients for reducing redness. Like I think it also has licorice in it. So yeah, I'm really liking it. Scent-free. I think it absorbs well, and it does leave my skin feeling like really soft and plump. At night, a lot of the times, I'm still putting the Cicaplast Baume all on top on my cheeks because it's just been so dry lately. But I do think this one is more moisturizing on its own than the Toleriane. So if you've tried that in the past and you didn't find it moisturizing enough, or you want something that has a few more ingredients that might help combat your redness, I would definitely say to give this a try. It's 1.33 ounces. So yeah, and I just squeeze, I'll show you the texture. I just squeeze a couple dots onto my face. It's a nice cream, no scent, and yeah, I really like the texture a lot. It's just absorbs nicely. It feels really good. So I'm really, really happy with that. And it might be one worth checking out, especially when it's on sale. And then I know Derm Store sells La Roche Posay and Bioderma, so when they have sales, it's a great time to stock up or try a couple of different products. And then finally, I've been using a new sunscreen for a couple of months that I have been loving. I really wanted to use a non-waterproof sunscreen for my daily wear. And typically what I've been using in that capacity is the Neutrogena Redness Relieving SPF 20 Moisturizer. I still really like that product. It never irritated my skin. I didn't get sunburned with it, although it's not what I would wear if I was like going to the beach or on a hike. The problem is the tint is too orangey, and I feel like as it oxidizes not only over the course of the day, but also as it gets older within the tub. So what starts out, when you have a full fresh bottle as a mildly orange dark tint gets oranger and oranger as time goes by, and it just really wasn't matching my skin. Like, you would literally see a delineation mark, or if I didn't rub it in well, you'd see these patches, and that just wasn't going to work. So I'd been doing some research and exploring, and I had considered several different options, but I ended up with the SkinMedica Essential Defense Mineral Shield Broad Spectrum SPF 32 sunscreen. It is not waterproof and it is tinted, and I am liking it very much. I've been using it for about 2 months now. It's made for post-procedure skin, so it's, the ingredients are for hypersensitive skin. It does have silicones in it. It also has caffeine in it, which works for some people's skin with rosacea and others no. But I've been liking it a lot, so I'll show you what it's like. The tint is a little dark, but because it's more sheer than the Cetaphil, it rubs in better, and it is still a lighter tint than the Cetaphil. So it looks like that, and it just rubs right in. And what I like about this, no smell. What I like about this is it's very moisturizing without feeling oily or greasy or heavy. So, like I've been saying, I've been going through a bout of really dry skin, and the weather has been extremely dry here. So I'm all about the moisture right now. And so doing my moisturization routine and then topping it off with this sunscreen, 1 to 2 pumps, has been really nice. And I don't get oily throughout the day. It doesn't feel heavy. It's very easy to wash off at the end of the night. Yeah, no reactions. So I got this on Derm Store. I would highly recommend it. I love the pump application. I think it's a really good product. And I think it could work for a variety of skin types. So if you're less dry than me, you might not even need moisturizer, or if you're living in a humid climate, you might just be able to, refresh your skin in the morning and go in with this as your sunblock and moisturizer, which is nice because combo products are always great, because I feel like it's that moisturizing. But yeah, it doesn't really leave you shiny, at least I don't think so. This is me after a day of work. I've been wearing it all day, no powder. So again, I have very dry skin, but I don't feel like it makes me look oily at all. And that's kind of all I can say about that. I'm loving this. I'll definitely repurchase it. It's way more expensive than the Cetaphil, but the tint alone makes it much preferable for me, especially since I don't wear foundation. I need the color to match my skin, or at least match better than the Cetaphil was. Maybe if I ever get more tan again, that one will work. But since I'm so good about staying out of the sun now because of my rosacea, my skin has gotten more and more fair, and I needed a better skin tone matching product. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below with what moisturizers are really working for your skin, or if you have any questions about products I mentioned, or any other products you're looking at that seem interesting to you. and I will see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching.